Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. And I'm going to show you how to set up Clerk authentication such that when you have a landing page, you can click on get started and then you could just route to your sign in page where you can create you can either sign in or you can sign up immediately. Right now, before we get started, I just want to show us some of us may just, in case you don't know what Clerk is all about, right? So Clerk is just literally like a platform that enables or that simplifies how to authenticate yourself, right? That means if you're working on a project, whether big or small, with Clerk, just a little bit of here and there stuff, you could just get started on the fly, right? So that's how Clerk is all about. So it's just like a user management platform, right? And they even had to add payments and all. But for the meantime, let's just get started on what Clerk is all about. I have a project set up already, right? This is like a default project page I worked on, right? So what I want to do in this project is this: I just want this landing page. The admin dashboard is in the slash admin root, right? I want the such that when I click on when I want to go into the guest address should take me to the slash admin root. So when I want to go in there, it has to ensure that I'm signed in. If I'm not signed in, it will take me back to the sign in page, right? So literally I won't be able to see what is in the admin if I'm not signed in. So that's what I just want to work on here. Now, if you want to create the very first step to getting this done is this: you're going to log into your Clerk account, right? You can click on dashboard here to go to your dashboard, or if you see dashboard.clerk.com, right? When you're done with that, you click on this your the name of the current project you are on, or if you are a new if it's a new project, you're going to see an interface here where it just show you how to create application. So let me just create an application and then let me call this YT Clerk. YT Clerk. Okay, let's say YT Clerk. So you have this already now. At this particular place, this is how my sign in page would be and my sign up page would be. So I can literally say I want to add phone number, but phone number is a paid feature, right? So it can work in development but not in production unless you've got to pay. Alright, so I can just say phone number, username, and then Google. I think those two are perfect. Remember, if you turn off Google, it turns off that screen. So I think those two are perfect. So I can just create the application. Now, when it's done creating the application, automatically I have Clerk already installed, and there's a quick guide for me to literally install or set up my Clerk in using any of these tools. You can actually go to the docs to see other tools. Now, if you're a vibe coder or someone that likes using AI to prompt, you can just copy this prompt and give AI. Automatically, it's going to create the authentication for you, right? But although I still saw one or two gaps in this particular, even though this is one of the most amazing, you know, call it like guys that could just help you start running and clicking on the fly. But then I feel there's some gaps that they should be covered here, and that's why I'm seeing this video right now. So now exactly this particular the first step here is this: install at clerk.net.js. So I was able to do that here. If you look at my code, you're going to see where I wrote an around npm install clerk.net.js. So just normal install, you've got that already running. So the next thing is this, right? Set up your Clerk or your Clerk API keys. So I'm just going to copy these API keys and then take it to this is my .m file. I'm just going to let me just overplace this and relate here. So I've copied my API keys here. The next thing I'm going to do is this, right? I'm going to update my middleware.ts. Now, if you are using the app, there is in Next.js, you guys there is the app directory, right? And there's the SRS directory. So sometimes some persons prefer to use the SRS directory, some don't like it. This particular project, I set up the SRS directory. That means that this is my project structure. Every single thing, seriously, was literally in my, should I call it like, was literally inside my SRS, right? So my source directory, right? So literally, if you didn't use this, you're going to be seeing your app here, your app directory where this SRS is. Then what you have to do is this, right? You literally need to implement this your middleware.ts in the root folder. And what that means is this: is that the middleware has to be in the same directory with the app, right? So now my app directory is inside my SRS directory, so my middleware will also be inside the SRS directory as well. So that's just what this guide is all about. So you just have to make sure you're in the same root with your app directory. So when I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to do is this. So if you can copy this particular code from Next.js, you just give you a guide like for you to start immediately. The only thing there is that this page will force you to have buttons all over your app, right? So I click on this copy it. Let me copy it and show you what it's gonna look like. If I copy it, this is my page. Okay, my layout.css, right? And I paste it. Okay, so why this is spinning up this, I'm just going to all right. So this is what the code from Next.js from that particular Clerk authentication will force you to do, right? So it's gonna force you to have a sign in and sign up button, right? Literally altering your UI. So if you just copy that code particularly the way it is, you are literally gonna force to have this, and this will always lead you to, for you to always, any of them you click will take you to the sign in or the sign up page, which is quite okay, but then still not the perfect way. So, but let's just do this. So let me just say I want to undo this and show you guys how I did mine, such that you just have to click. So here's what I did is this, right? Let me just show you what I did. I'll say this. So the only single thing I did here in my layer.txs file, which is the same place they gave us all this, is wrapped up all my code, which is my HTML, every single thing inside it. That's the very first step, and that's all you have to do in this layout, right? Remember, if you follow this exact pattern of collecting of this exact pattern here, right, it literally protects all your file, like every single thing from your, so users can't even view this, depending on how you write your code, right? But most times users will not even be able to view this particular your landing pages, right? So but remember, I told you I just want to protect only my admin root. So what I did is, after that, after adding this Clerk provider, the next thing I had to do was this. I created the middleware .js, which is literally the same thing they gave me here, right? And which is the same they gave me here. I copied it and I pasted it here. But the only thing I added here is this. I added this one line, which you can just copy from here or screenshot. It's just simply, I'm just saying, okay, only protect the admin root. I want every other pages to be open, right? So I just say the only protect the admin root. So that's just the only thing I did here. So just a slash admin, maybe your own, maybe slash dashboard, maybe your own, maybe slash user. So any single thing that you want to use for, to protect, you can just add it here, right? So it protects only that particular root. Now when I'm done with that, right, I set up two other things again, which is just literally the sign up page and the sign in page. Now the sign up page, look at how what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So you just create a page structure like this: sign up, then this sign up, the dynamic route, and then your page.tsx. Then for the code, you just ensure you install or you import your import sign up from Next.js. Let me just step back and then let me close this. Okay, so just ensure you import sign up from Next.js, from as Clerk Next.js. Then the very same thing I did here, I did like this, right? I came to the sign in page, duplicated, and did this very same thing for sign in page. So I'm seeing the very, very same thing. So the whole sign in, the parts should be sign in, routing, and then sign up. Then this styling I did here, this flag justify, is just literally to ensure that this particular the UI or the sign in page is just, because literally it's going to give me only that box, only this sign in box, because you can also choose this sign-in box alone. So I'm just centralizing all this, right? So that's just the whole essence of this flex justify and center. So when I'm done with this, right, automatically I'm cool, yeah, and I'm ready to go. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is this. I think that's all you have to do for the sign in. The last area of this is just to come to your admin dashboard, which is I use my page.tsx, so that's fine for the admin dashboard. Now the admin dashboard component is what has all my code, all those code you saw in the admin dashboard, right? The UI. But look at what I just did is I did a simple logic here, right? What is the logic? It means I imported this authentication from Clerk, then redirected to my redirect from next navigation, right? And then admin dashboard, just create a simple code here saying so that after waiting the authentication, right? If there's a user ID, redirect to sign in. If there's no user ID, rather redirect to sign in. If there is login, what that means is this: if you sign in on, if I'm logged in already, let me do something now. Watch this, guys. So I'm trying to get started here on this my mobile device, right? Now if I click on get started, automatically it's still going to lead me. This is my admin. Now it's taking me back to sign in, right? That's because I'm not signed in. But let me just go back and then let me sign in here. Let me say I want to sign in here like this. Now remember, I can always create an account. Let me say I currently don't have an account with this, so I can just write my password. So one of the things I want you to observe is this: remember, this is just username, email address, and password. And if you're someone that is building like a software as a service or something that needs people's, it's just easy for you to just get started with this and then even launch, and then you even forget to ask the people to input their names. You must always learn to, you must set up what you want from this particular dashboard before you go ahead and launch what you're looking at. Let me scroll down now. You see, these users must have the ability to set their first name and last name. You must ensure to turn this on. If you can also say users must provide this at sign up, right? You must require it. So just I'm just saying that so that most people they tend to forget that, and then after having 50 users you just remember you didn't add this. Now this is just something important, right? So the next thing again you're going to do is this. You're going to, let me just say I'm going to sign up here. So I'm signing up with this. Imputed my password, and then I want to impute what I'm going to sign up with. Okay, so I'm just going to let it get started right there. So let me complete my captcha. Okay. Okay, so that's the username. So I'm just going to remove the username. I think I meant to add that in my email address and not username. Sorry about that. Okay, so once again, all this will be done by Clerk for you. Okay, now so this is perfect. So automatically I need to verify my account to be sure that the one creating an account. So let's just go with 618305. So that's the code I got in my email. So automatically my account has been created, and then you're going to notice this. I can now, if I click on this get started now to go to my admin root, automatically I'm here. So I'm currently in my admin root. So if I click on now, this is my new tab. If I click on get started here, it still does what? Takes me to my admin root because I'm logged into that same on that same browser, right? So automatically that means that this user, which is my user ID, exists. Okay, so I'm just saying that so that you could just note that's how to get that done. So you could just, like, after writing your whole admin code and all, ensure to add this logic just to ensure that it works. Now, one more thing again I just want to point out before we end this video is this. I just added up a button here, this particular button here, right? That's Clerk user button. So you could just check out Clerk's component. Clerk has a whole lot of component. This is the button here. So this button can literally take up your sign out, your manage account, and every other thing, right? Then you can literally manage your account, your devices, and all. And remember, this is still in development mode, and you don't deploy or you don't host your website live without this. You've got to create a production instance, and that's a whole different ball game altogether. So if you want me to create a video on that or teach you how to do that, so you could just write in the comments or let me know. So but for now, I think that's all you need to get your Clerk authentication running and flying on the go. Thank you very much guys for watching. See you next time.